What's up, everybody? Thanks for once again joining us at Noble Photo LLC right here on our Facebook webpage, and also our podcast, which will be on Buzzsprout, it's our podcast server, also Apple Podcast, and even Spotify and actually Google Podcasts. That's several outlets in which we have our...
Although I will say I'm not sure the point of a podcast for photography company if you can't see the images.
I know. I think podcasting has become rather the...
I guess it should be more like a vlog.
The vlog, yeah. so many people do these videos and they say it's a podcast. When in actuality they're doing videos, video logs, vlogs, but then they put it on a podcast server, and yeah, that's how that operates.
Yeah. If you're listening to this as a podcast, sorry, you're missing out on about half of it because you can't see what we're talking about.
And that's completely okay, because if you're really interested in what we do, check out at Noble Photo TN, T as in tiger, N as in no, NOBLE-TN, and you'll find us on Facebook. That's pretty much where a lot, or if not all of our work comes from.
Facebook, Instagram.
Yeah, you're barely this wedding right here. Speaking of Instagram, is our only wedding that we've got off of Instagram. Instagram's algorithm has become rather yucky, if you will. So we typically work off of Facebook and referrals.
We're just so old school. It's not really our generational thing.
It's really
Instagram
not.
Came after, huh?
Yeah, we're not
Facebookers.
We're not Instagrammers, but we try our best.
Bookers sound like boogers. We're Facebookers.
As promised, at the very end of our podcast yesterday, which was part one, we started covering the Claire and Jimmy Fierro wedding, and our toddler, 4-year-old toddler, came in and completely disrupted our whole set. So we decided to start it over on our podcast, part two. So
you get to see their faces again.
I know, and without further ado, Brianne, please take that beautiful beam footage away.
Oh, okay. Well, Noble's sleeping, by the way.
And we're having
anybody's
coffee.
wondering.
Oh, we should show them our mugs.
They're not really ours. They're
good Mythical Morning mugs.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Because they need so much advertising.
Yeah.
We've got Claire Dolan and Jimmy Fierro, and they got married. You said the church name, the cathedral name. I'm sorry, it was the Cathedral of Immaculate Conception.
No.
Just kidding. I don't know what it was.
Cathedral of the Incarnation.
Oh, okay. I was way off.
We're not Catholic, can you tell? But yeah, this was a beautiful wedding at probably, without a shadow of a doubt, no doubt about it, no doubt whatsoever, the most beautiful setting for a church wedding that we've ever shot in.
And,
period.
You know, one thing that I think that we've learned from shooting Catholic weddings is, some faiths take weddings. All weddings are serious, I should say that. But when you're shooting in a religious institution such as this, you have to be very mindful of the rules that they set forth. And I think they were pretty easy to work with. They had a priest that was very easygoing, was not at all what I expected. Didn't he skydive or something? Were you telling me?
Yeah, he skydived,
and
then after the formal part of the ceremony, he turned around and did a selfie with everybody.
That's right, he did. So
he was a hoot.
So that's just, as photographers, something that we have to be mindful of when we're shooting in sacred spaces is where are we allowed to go and what are we allowed to do?
Yeah, always let us know, because we don't want to disrupt the whole ceremony and get thrown out.
Right.
You won't get any photos.
We don't want to be smited. Okay.
So the next photo is her and some of her bridesmaids, and I take it that's her little niece, I would think.
I have no idea. I don't want to make any...
I'm not making any guesses, but if I had to guess,
girl.
If I was a guessing man, I would say she was related some way. Beautiful moment right there, caught on camera. Here's her and her mom, and I believe that's her sister putting the dress on.
Wrist.
Look at her face closely. She was such a happy bride.
She was fun to go.
She was fun. She is fun. Claire, if you're watching this, we love you. And that's
her
dad.
For the first time.
Her dad was such a trooper. He was just, okay, what do we need to do?
I wasn't there for that part.
Yeah, you were actually doing the other. You were with Jimmy.
Yes.
Yeah, taking photos over there and some video as well. But Brienne, like, since she's got her video, her dad has said that that's a masterpiece.
Oh, yay. Shout out to our videographers that day,
Yeah.
Blake, Shannon, and Joey.
Blake, Shannon, and Joey. They knocked it out of the park. We're very pleased. Thank you very much. Wedding dress, wanted to take care of that. At the very top of that wedding dress, you can see where the top of the, what is that called? Where the curtain is kind of pulled down. Kind of gives it some character. Some people would take it all the way down. I thought it would be cool to leave it up. Yeah, no. And there's Jimmy, and I guess a youngster from some part of his family.
Sweet,
I don't know.
getting him dressed.
Mm-hmm.
Cute little ham there.
Yeah, he reminds me of Noble, all smiley. And the next wedding.
Next wedding. You remember whose wedding this is?
do
The
remember.
only wedding we shot in July. The only one.
This is the only wedding that we shot in July, and yet the only wedding that we've ever shot in this venue, which is a fairly new venue north of us here in Elton.
Elton.
It's called King Bee Farm, and it's
It's beautiful, yeah.
unbelievable. It's a huge room space, you name it. There's just nothing to say.
Check them out. Check them out.
This is Anna and AJ Harmon, and they're just look at them. This would be the first look here, okay? And then what's cool is
So no bride there.
no bride
just
there.
Bridesmaids.
Watch out! Boom! Right there. Look at that!
Look how fun.
Look at that energy! Like, how cool is that? All right.
She's a sweetheart too.
And I got a photo of them together right there. That's Anna and AJ, and I believe that's a little flower girl. Cutie. And next wedding, we're gonna go through this quick tonight. I got a feeling.
Yeah, we don't want to have any more interruptions. So you weren't actually at this wedding. This was the wedding that I shot with Kirsten and Blake and Shannon. And this is Catherine and Aaron Compton.
Catherine Aaron Compton.
And this was, I'm trying to remember the venue name, but it's in Coleman.
Loft 212.
Yes. I took a really nice picture of that to remember, but of course I can't remember. But Catherine Compton.
I was shooting a wedding at the time, which will be the next one we talk about.
We don't have to talk about that right now.
Yep.
This is Catherine's time. And there's Catherine and her mama, Keela. She's so much fun. She was, they were just so fun together. And you actually spent a lot of time talking at a wedding show with Keela.
Yeah. One of the things about Keela that I hold dear to my heart is how involved as a mom she is in Catherine's life. She loves her like so much. It's
Of
so
course,
evident.
we keep up on Facebook with them, and I actually saw where they, even with Catherine being married, I think she went home and for Christmas they all had their PJs on, and they read The Night Before Christmas and had cocoa. And see, we watch you, we stalk you guys. So if you're our friends on Facebook, if you request us on Facebook, we see what you're doing. So
yeah, we don't really believe in all of that. Just, we shoot your wedding and we run off. We don't really. I'm having a scone, by the way, and it's fantastic.
I know he didn't offer me one.
You don't like scones?
I might have eaten that one though.
You bite?
No, got your spit on it.
We made a baby.
Anyway. Get a little shot there with Aaron in it. Why not?
Get a little kiss action.
I love the spiral staircase behind it, with all the beautiful foliage, and it was hot. Oh,
Yeah, it
that
was a
poor
hot day.
guy. He wanted that jacket off so bad. Oh, I love that. I didn't see the pictures he chose for this. That was, I think they were dancing right there. Maybe
Mom and daughter.
mother-daughter dance. Yeah.
Just look at her face. How
I'm over here looking at this tiny screen, and
Yeah.
here it is back here.
that is a powerful image. Ooh, I get a little teary on that one. Let's just go. And the next wedding is Reagan Ashley Burton against
Versus
Andrew Patrick Bynum.
in this corner. He's on his phone, guys.
Sorry, guys.
Which reminds me, I should turn mine to silent.
You won't believe it. That's a wedding inquiry. You will not believe it. It is.
Guys, I mean, we're feeling pretty good. It seems like these past couple days, work's just kind of picked up. I guess all you couples that got engaged over the holidays are starting to get your head wrapped around it.
We've had about 4 inquiries in the last 2 days. I think we had 2 today and 2 yesterday. It's crazy. We're so blessed. Thank you so much for believing in us and our mission. This is her and her grandmom.
Aww.
Look at that moment.
I haven't seen any of these photos, guys.
Yeah, Brain, you're disconnected. And her, I think her mom put her.
I love all the little detailed shots. Okay, so some of my favorite photos are when I get to see like a mother's hands.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so you get like the more mature. See how politically correct I was?
Well, you're so politically correct. So
the more
beautiful.
mature hands next to the younger.
But when I always shoot with a shallow depth of field, and I don't want to get into all the specifics of shooting, but like this shot is captured with a Nikon. Wow, Luke, with a
Going Nikon on me?
no. Used to a Canon 35mm f1.4 lens. It's our favorite. It's my favorite lens.
Sorry.
And you can see where the focus hits right here on her face, and it falls off. It's just beautiful.
Just the creamy background back here.
Shallow depth of field. And there's that's actually a shot from our second shooter of the day. I want to make sure I got that in there. That's Pearson Brock. Pearson is actually, this was his first wedding that he ever helped
With
us
you, that's right.
shoot on. Mm-hmm.
And the great thing about Pearson is he was one of our clients back in.
He's a former groom.
Was it in 15? Or no, it was probably 16.
Probably 16 or 17.
I think it was 16. Yeah. So in 2016, we shot Pearson's wedding, and he actually did he buy one of our?
He bought one of our lenses. It was a
Lenses,
15 to
that's
30 Nikon. He shoots Nikon.
He
which,
does, yeah.
Beautiful shot. I mean,
Yeah.
guys, here's the thing. If
So
you're
we
if you're thinking about getting into this game, gear is great, but it's not everything. The most important thing you can do is connect with people, and people trust you. They're gonna keep coming back and come back, and you're gonna love them. They're gonna love you. That's just a little factoid. All right, that's one of my favorites.
I love that. It
Look at
reminds
that
me of
energy right there.
It reminds me of the cake topper that we had on our wedding cake.
Yeah.
You remember that?
The dude, she was so like little, and he was like not really big at all. So like they were light, and he could do stuff like that.
I didn't get to go to their engagement session. That was fun.
Yeah, beautiful couple.
I can't. All I can remember from like what she said was she threw her phone at him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was excited.
I guess that's how she got his attention. She threw her phone at him.
Yeah, and they're a
It worked.
match made in heaven. Like I can't even say anything else about that.
It worked.
Oh.
Oh, yay. Okay, so guys, this one's very near and dear to me. This is Amy
Poehler?
Wells. And
Wells?
now it's Eckenrode.
Eckenrode.
She's probably not Facebooking, so I don't have to worry about saying her name wrong. No, she is actually, she's in grad school with me. And so she's probably working on her thesis, so I don't have to worry about her watching this.
Yeah, she's a smart girl.
She is
So smart.
super intelligent. One of my favorite people at her wedding besides her was her grandmother.
Yeah, you connected with her grandmom.
She tickled me. So yeah, this was a fun little wedding, and I only got to be there for like the first half of it because Luke's sister was having her baby shower that day, so I had to.
So she had to skedaddle.
Skedaddle about midway, but I did get to see the ceremony.
Mm-hmm.
Luke got to eat all of the really good food that I didn't get.
They had some of the most amazing breakfast food. They had cake waffles, I think it was. Ugh.
You have to talk to me about that.
Yeah, it was so good. Carbs.
She's so cute. Though.
This guy on the right beside Connor is hands down one of the coolest groomsmen that I've ever got a chance to hang out with. We just connected. It was like, boom, we're connecting. What's up? And we just connected. I don't know how else to say that.
I want to stop you right there.
Stop
She's
me.
talking about the groomsmen. I want to talk about Connor a minute because let me tell you,
Yeah.
the classes that I take are at night, and I kid you not, it's always dark when we get out.
Yeah.
Connor was always waiting right outside in the elevator area
Yeah, you told
for
me about
Amy
that.
to get out of class just to make sure that she had a safe escort
Yeah.
out of there. And he would bring her food and bring her coffee. I mean, like, I'm not gonna lie, I'm just like this much jealous.
We try to say. We try to say, Brad.
He would, it's like Valentine's Day, like we had class and like he brought her food and he brought her flowers and I'm like, man, and my husband's like at home probably snoozing, probably didn't even think to bring me food. Young love. They're so cute. He's so tall and she's so little.
Yeah, their babies are going to be like mid-size from Midgard.
And they're high school sweethearts too.
Yeah.
FYI.
She kind of favors Kelly Clarkson. You know what I'm saying?
Well.
She has that cute little button nose. I don't know. Whatever. It's all good.
I love them. Oh, they're so cute.
They're just, let's stop looking at this.
I think I have class with her. I think she's going to be in my class, so I get to see her Tuesday.
You should have like a little date afterwards. Go eat something and talk about your husbands, how terrible I am. Look at this one. Look at this one. This is Dustin and Caitlin Jump.
Walker and Jump.
Yeah, her maiden name was Walker, and now it's Jump. So Walker became a Jump. Yeah, for real. And they like Georgia football. I don't understand that. You don't like any sports?
I am wearing elephants.
You are? Oh, okay.
They're not red.
They're just the wrong color. Yeah, this is one of those shots that wasn't going to happen, but we basically walked back in there and we're like, hey, you need to get out here right now because there's some really awesome shots happening. They got married at the Brick Haven venue in Coleman. That's the second wedding from Coleman that we've shot. The other one was off 2 and 2 and 2.
And that's the only wedding we've shot at Brookhaven.
Yeah, but let me tell you something. Their social media marketing team, they are pushing some Noble Photo. Yeah. She's been like saying, hey, you should contact Noble Photo, yada, yada, yada. And I'm like, hey, you know what? I thank you so much for that. We really appreciate it.
And it's a great venue, too.
It's a great venue. I think I skipped forward some. Give me a second. Whoops.
Uh-oh.
Well, there's some more photos of the jumps.
Uh-oh.
We will, when we see them, we'll start talking about them again. No worries.
He got them out of order. Uh-oh.
It's all good.
Okay, so we'll jump forward. Okay, So this was a wedding that took me by surprise, and it's so much fun. I say this because I really loved it, but I was not prepared for this wedding.
Yeah, it's coming.
It's so great. It's so great.
Okay, so if you look really closely, you can see that they're wearing kilts.
I wasn't ready.
because they have a really good Scotland accent from the behind there. Scotland.
They are so much fun. I love it.
Check this out. Look at those kilts.
Look how amazing.
No peeking, man in a kilt. So, I mean, like, wonder what's under there.
This is, actually, I could tell you what's under there because...
Bare butts.
Well, not all of them were bare, but I was taking... How did I get stuck taking all the groomsmen pictures afterwards?
Because I wanted you to see the buttocks. Hey, you know what goes in these little pouches?
Whatever they want.
The whiskey. You can put your whiskey in the little pouches.
And they have like their little daggers. I mean, they really did this. They did this up. Let me tell you.
They killed it.
And it, they didn't just get like tartans just like out of the blue. I mean, some of them actually researched like their family tartans.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them, they just. I think there's a few that they just chose like pretty basic ones. I think one of them was in the military, so he went with like military colors. But I mean, like they did their due diligence with it, and I was really impressed. Like I still cannot get over how amazing this was.
Brienne had little fangirl moments. She was obsessed with it.
And then too, the groom's cake, like out of nowhere. Did you have a picture of that? Of course you do. Of course you have that. So I see this and I'm like, why do they have this?
What is that?
Little side thing here.
Yeah, let's go into Brienne's profession real quick. I'm gonna Facebook.
Okay, so I actually work, or I should say I worked. I work in environmental compliance, and so anytime like there's a federal project, I'm coordinating with all these federal agencies. And so I see this, and I didn't realize this was a cake at the time. One of his groomsmen actually made it. And so I asked him, I was like, why do you have the Hellbender up here? Because I work with this stuff all the time.
This guy made it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he made it.
And he was like, oh, well, that's Thomas. It's Katie and Thomas, by the way, whose wedding we shot here. Yeah. He said it's one of Thomas's, special projects. And I'm like, really? What do you guys do? And then they tell me that they're, they work for, I think, Georgia, the Department of Transportation.
Yeah.
And so they're biologists.
Yeah.
And so I thought, well, that's interesting because I can tell you all of the names of the endangered species that trigger formal reviews in Tennessee.
It looks good.
And
It
so-
looks like a freaking salamander.
So yeah, so that was pretty neat getting to talk with some of his coworkers because we are.
I mean, look, just
Shared
look
some
at
stuff.
just look at the detail on that.
It
cake.
is. It was pretty neat.
I mean,
I thought it was
don't
a
even-
sculpture. I thought it was just part of the.
No,
the
he cut that
sculpture out
thing's
there,
head
yeah.
off. I think it was Rice Krispie inside.
Yeah. Rice Krispie treat salamander coated in Tootsie Roll coating. Yellow cake with chocolate icing, chocolate rocks, and graham crackers.
I have nothing to say.
I'm reading from right there.
Okay. Moving along.
So yeah.
And
Her dad's Santa Claus.
Yeah, he's freaking Santa Claus.
I'm kidding. Yeah.
If
Actually,
you're-
he is. Yeah.
Yeah, if you're bad, you're gonna get it because
Guys, neat
Santa.
fact. He is actually Nick Saban's Santa Claus.
yeah, Nick Saban, the guy who coaches football for Alabama,
He goes to the he's invited to their parties and he's the Santa Claus at their parties.
Yeah, they're cool together.
Yeah.
They're very cool.
That's such a sweet picture.
And then this was the inside of the wedding chapel where they got married.
It was a pretty chapel.
It was a Tommy G's Lazy Ranch is the name of the venue. There's really
nothing to say.
nothing
It
to
just
say.
speaks for itself.
It's just beautiful. It's a great place. Check out these cats.
Jalisa.
How you
Hightower.
doing? Yeah, Jalisa Tower, and Elliot
Speaking of Alabama football, Hightower. No.
Hightower. Yeah, she's actually related to Devontae.
Devontae.
Is it Devontae? What is the name?
Oh, I've got Devontae on my head now. Why did you say that?
Dante.
Dante. Thank
Dante
you.
Hightower played at Alabama. Roll Tide.
And she's from my old stomping grounds, Lewisburg area.
Yeah. Jalisa and Elliot, beautiful people. We actually had the opportunity to shoot their engagements at the same venue. This is Grace Valley.
Yep, the only Grace Valley wedding we shot there.
The only
that
Grace
year.
Valley when we shot there.
Yeah.
We used to shoot there all the time, and now it's like, hey, we might get one a year, which next year we're shooting one
That is true, yeah.
in December. That's great. It's like, hey, Jennifer, we'll see you in December of next year. That's her dress. Don't you love that dress? It's just so
beautiful
subtle. Beautiful. Oh, look at that.
I loved all the green. He had some pretty awesome shoes too.
He did. I don't think I got that in this preview,
alright.
but it's all good. Just look at that beautiful girl.
I mean, what can you say about that?
Eyes completely in focus. Everything else falls off. It's like, hey, eyes up here.
She's a sweetie.
This
Her
is
daughters.
really, really good story. That's not just her daughters; it's Elliot's daughter as well, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So I do believe.
I believe she claims her.
Yeah, of course. Now this is her daughter. This is Jaleesa's daughter, and this is Elliot's daughter. So they become
They all family.
sisters. Wow.
Those little girls were such troopers. I think they were done by the end
There
of
was
the
this
night,
one photo
though.
where she's like combing her hair at the very start. She's going.
She was
So
I feel
funny.
her.
So
It's
funny.
tough.
And then there's the I do kiss. Look how she's holding his head. The moment is just.
This man.
It's just so good.
He's got a nice watch too.
Look who this is.
Brittany.
Brittany Alderman. Now Brittany Bizet.
Bizet. Christian Bizet.
Bizet. I'm sorry, Christian. I can't do things right. There's a little story behind that, remember? Mm-hmm. So, like, Christian had this awesome leather vest thing. And to top it all off, Christian is a man's man. Like, if he says he's going to do something, he's going to do it. If I say I'm going to do something, maybe. Christian is always there, and I love it. And his clothing is awesome.
But what he's showing her
Yeah.
is he had a piece of, I think it was one of her grandparents' shirts sewn loosely into
Yeah.
his vest. That way, after the wedding was over, she could have the little patches he had sewn in there. It was a surprise.
Yeah, it's nothing. It's just a great guy. Mm-hmm. And then I loved his, like I was talking about man's man, his rings are so cool. The only other person I know that wears a skull ring that I've never seen in person, but I've seen it on photos, is Arnold Schwarzenegger. Mm-hmm. And then that's him, and I believe his granddad, I would say. I don't know, just somebody he's really...
I talked with him, and I
Sweet
feel like he
man.
was a family friend.
Yeah.
But I could be wrong.
They're both tearing up right there.
They're so sweet.
They're both tearing up. They're that real. And then him and his daughter. giving her a little smooch. And wow, on the same day we had another wedding. What was that?
I know. I hate that we missed this one too.
Yeah, but what's crazy
I wish
is
you guys would just like get married around our schedule.
yeah,
so we
so
could
we
shoot
could shoot them. Eva and her assistant Haley,
Yes.
that works with us and for us, shot this one out in
It's close to Memphis, wasn't
West
it?
Tennessee area. Yeah, it's about a 3-hour drive for her, both
Yeah.
ways.
No. That's
Um, But this is JoJo and Lindsay.
yes.
And
So is it Circle M Farms?
Circling Farm. They had the best weather. Christian and at Brittany's wedding on the same day, the weather wasn't all that good.
That's
Yeah.
right. It started pouring down
The
rain.
stark contrast.
Yeah.
Their wet weather was nothing like, and it was
Sunny
just
and pretty. Yeah, that's what you get for the long state of Tennessee.
there she is hanging out with her bridesmaids. Focus falls right on her head because it's all about that ring and that bling.
Ring a bling bling.
Bling bling. And then there's JoJo doing a little drink game.
Being men.
Being man. Man. Ooh. Uh-oh. Who dat?
Kayla.
Kayla and Zane. We're getting into the part of the year to where we just got done editing the full album and getting it to them. This is Kayla, sweet girl. She got married at the fantastic Meadow Creek Farm in Tony, Alabama, of which we have like 2 weddings there next year.
Did we?
I think we got 2 or 3.
Okay. I
Yeah.
know we shot there a couple
This
times.
is her dress.
She was beautiful too.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, I walked into that room and they were just all like, chill. I'm like,
It's like, this is not the norm.
yeah.
You guys are kind of...
Well, and you have a personal connection to this too.
Yeah, I do. I went
Zane.
I went to church with Zane's parents back when I was younger, and also Zane before I moved out of
And they're your family.
Alabama. They're basically my family. His dad Marty is my second cousin. He is okay. Let's connect the dots.
Marty and your mother are
First
cousins,
cousins.
right? Yeah.
Marty's mama and my mom's mama were sisters.
There you go. Another cute little sentiment that we'll add here is Luke proposed to me on Zane's family's property.
I did because I
So
love,
he was one of the last. Zane was actually one of the last people to see us right before we got engaged.
Isn't that true?
You remember that he rode by on that golf cart with his granddaddy. What was his name?
James.
James.
Yep.
And
I remember that.
they rode by just cool as a cucumber.
They
and
knew what was up.
I didn't know what was up. Like, I'm just mad they were walking through the woods. I'm like, what are we doing?
If we have some time before the date, this thing's over, we'll talk about our
No,
engagement story.
not at all.
Probably not. This is a shot they really wanted. I
That's
hope we formed it justice.
They're so funny.
Yeah, just and these are not small people, guys. These folks are tall. Like she's like 5'11", 5'10", and he's like every bit of. He's taller than I am. He's like 6'2" or 3", I think. They're gonna have some tall babies. Hold off on that for a while. Trust me.
Take your time.
Dead bud.
Well, what was funny to me about this wedding was that, of course, because it's your family, we're actually shooting, and his entire family is there, and I'm like, they're just watching us like work, and it was just
This was the first wedding that I've ever shot where my father and my mother.
our son, our own child, was there.
Noble was there at this wedding. It was so weird. It really didn't feel like work though, because it's just family.
Their family, yeah.
You know, and it's crazy. This is Kayla's family. This is her sister, her dad, of course Zane, and then you have her brother and her mom. Just sweet people. Just there's nothing to say. Just sweet people. And here we have Taylor. Now this wedding is kind of a sleeper wedding from the fact of I had no idea how awesome it was going to be when I got there as to how much energy was going in that room. Remember we were kind of tired that morning. We went to Cracker Barrel. I had an omelet trying to wake up and stuff.
Well, that's because we had shot Zane and Kayla's wedding that
it's
night
a
before.
wedding after wedding. We double back weddings, and we'll do that. I mean, but it takes a lot out of us. But I remember getting there and like meeting all her bridesmaids and thinking to myself, like, holy crap, these people are cool. I can wake up.
Yeah, no.
And we did.
And it was pouring down rain that day too.
I love this. I had to have this in here. This is the bouquet toss. And
Fight for them flowers.
so this is her mom trying to catch the bouquet, and also
One of the brides.
one of the bridesmaids, of which that girl is something else. Like, she can compete with me when it comes to being crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Like nobody business, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then here's some family members I believe had passed.
Mm-hmm.
She was keeping them close to him as she walked down the aisle. And then you have them, Kyle and Taylor.
I guess fast. I never noticed the back of it.
Yeah. Those folks right there, that's family,
They're
man.
the real deal.
They're so good to us. Like, I just, you don't have to say anything. It just, that was also shot at the same way this was shot at, which would be Southern Charm venue in Athens, Alabama. Totally endorse Southern Charm. It's a beautiful venue, good people.
Okay, so
Yeah.
one of the really funny stories about this wedding.
Mm-hmm.
So we shot Zane and Kayla's wedding,
Yeah.
and then I think it was the following weekend, we shot this wedding.
Mm-hmm.
I go in there, and there's a bridesmaid in there, and she looks straight at me, and I'm like, I've seen you before. And
Who are you?
She's like, yeah, you shot my cousin Kayla's wedding. I was like, oh.
It's like, what?
So it's always nice when we get to see bridesmaids again.
Yeah, she's a sweetheart. I do remember the girl you're talking about. But this is another exit photo.
Yeah.
This was captured by Kirsten.
Okay.
Kirsten Bynum. Yeah, Bynum. This is one of my favorites. Like, I didn't really ever put this one on Facebook. I really wanted to. I just never did.
I think she's actually using this photo. Madison is.
Just look at that energy in that photo. Captured at Southern Charm venue in
I
Athens,
know
Alabama.
that Luke really loves like the sunlight shots.
I do,
And I tried to frame those things up there. And then she told me she wanted some veil shots. And so what you don't see is the behind the scenes. I think I'm holding the veil up, and
Yeah.
I think Kirsten's actually shooting in.
Oh,
So.
and what's crazy is this is the day we did the 3.
That's
November 2nd. This was our 3 wedding November.
Yes.
We booked 3 weddings on this date, and it all went over without a hitch. Very pleased.
Yes.
Very pleased.
Yes.
I can't even begin to tell you how proud I am of that. And this was the wedding that I was shooting in Birmingham, the Vestavia Hills Country Club, and also Mount Brook Baptist Church. I gotta sneeze. Hold on. Oh, wow, everything popped. I'm old. This was captured in the Mountain Brook Baptist Church, and also, actually, this specific photograph was captured in Vestavia Hills Country Club. Mm-hmm. This is Abigail Poole, married Christian, now Abigail and Christian Hines. Beautiful people. The only reason we got this wedding, and to be completely honest with you and completely clear with you, we never shoot weddings in Birmingham. We want to shoot weddings in Birmingham. We rarely ever shoot weddings in Nashville, but when we do, and we do it well because that's the only way we know how to do it. But because I was associated with somebody from my past that loved me and Brienne, we got to shoot this wedding. Simple as that. Somebody from I used to go to church with, their daughter, her mom, Melissa, was looking for a photographer for Abigail's wedding, and somebody slid her some notes and said, you need to contact Noble Photo, and boom, here we are at Vestavia Hills Country Club. I mean, like, how cool is that? I took with me on this shoot Pearson Brock, and just, there's nothing to say. We killed it. And I'm proud of Pearson. Mm-hmm. I wish I could say I was proud of myself, but I'm just not the kind of person to ever say I'm proud of myself. I just don't operate that way. I can always improve. Look at Kristen.
Who?
Christian. I'm falling off the deep end, guys. Sorry. Christian and Abigail. They were actually walking into the back into the country club, and I was like, "Hey guys, let's have a photograph there." You know what I'm saying? And she was like, "Okay." And then forever. Wedding party, just hanging out.
I love the elegance of all the black and white.
I know.
It's just classic. I love it.
And the gold from behind them, and the light, and how it complements everything. I shot this with 3 lights. Actually, a diffused light at a 45-degree angle, and then another light as a kicker on the very back right. And then I just used the speed light on top of my flash to do my thing. It's crazy. I can't believe it. This is the bouquet toss right before. I didn't know if I could get on the stage. They had like a huge band like rocking this place out, shaking these chandeliers, no joke. And I said, can I get up there? Can I get up there? And I had everything ready. And I don't know. So guys, I don't know how I get these shots. To be completely honest, I don't know how, but I get them.
I'm really digging this bokeh chandelier up here.
It's crazy.
It's beautiful.
So here's the light flashing. I don't know how I get these shots. It just happens in the moment. Now,
Just get lucky.
this is the third wedding of the day. This was at I know where it was at. Hold on. Tune Farm. This was at Tune Farm.
That's right.
Falkville.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tune Farm, Falkville, Alabama. This was the wedding of... Hold on.
Get it together.
1 second. I'm trying to think. It's been a long day. Cody Luker.
That's right.
And I can't remember your wife's name. I do apologize. Full responsibility right here. But me and Cody spoke on the phone for quite a while, a whole lot. And let me look him up. Let me see.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
I'll look him up.
I don't want her to. We've gotten everybody else's name. We don't want to miss out on this one. But this was our third wedding that day. Blake and Shannon shot this one.
Diana. I knew it was Diana.
Diana.
Cody
oh,
and
well,
Diana.
yeah, there's a D on her.
I almost said
pocket.
I almost said Diane, and then I said, no, that's not it. So that's Diana in the middle. What's really neat, Brienne, is we got this wedding because of somebody associated with our past. And she's in the photograph. Casey Campbell. I went to high school with her. Her
So
friend,
your past, not my
yeah,
past.
my past. I say your past. I'm sorry.
You did. Our past.
I'm so sorry.
I'm
Casey.
like, oh, no.
Casey's actually really good friends with another girl, actually Audra Ballou, which got us associated with the people for this wedding, and it was always kind of understood that I wasn't gonna be able to shoot it, but I wanted Cody to know, hey, listen, we have a team that works for us and with us, and we did well. We got it done. Mm-hmm. Brian, this was
Blake and Shannon shot this one, right?
Blake and Shannon did the videography. It was Eva and her assistant Haley did the photography. Mm-hmm. Mad shout out for Brienne and Kirsten. Also, Kyle and his assistant
Kobe
for shooting the wedding
Madison.
with Madison Hastings and then me and Pearson.
Terry, yeah.
Guys, let's just take a break real quick. We were responsible for 3 weddings in one day.
I will tell you this much.
It was a headache.
That day, I don't think anybody was more nervous than Luke and myself, thinking, what if somebody calls in sick? What are we going to do? And everybody showed up, they showed out, and we got everything done.
We don't want to do this again. We don't. We absolutely don't.
But we have a really great team.
We have a great team, and if we have a situation where we need to be double booked or, God forbid, triple booked, we're prepared to do so, and we will do it. Do we want to do it? No. Will we do it? Absolutely.
We love collaborating.
We love collaborating. We have good people.
Yeah.
This is some more shots of it's her and her. I think it's her mom. It's a sweet shot, just cute. I think Eva probably grabbed that one. Mm-hmm. And there's Mr. Luker hanging out, seeing that first look action. Oh, kissy, kissy.
Whoa.
Watch out now. Easy, guys. Easy, guys. Oh, Lord. Look at this.
Oh, this one tickles me. Okay, so now we are in, is it Pulaski or Prospect?
We are in.
Is it Prospect, Tennessee, or is it Pulaski proper?
I think it's Pulaski off the beaten path because it's
Rosemary Farms.
Rosemary Farm, yeah.
And so this was was this our first wedding at Rosemary?
Yes. The only other wedding that we've been at Rosemary Farm.
We attended
Rosemary
Farm.
That was before we was even shooting weddings.
Right, yeah.
Way before.
But we know the owners of Rosemary Farm,
Mm-hmm.
wonderful people, the
Very
Jenkins.
good people.
And of course, we are at the Samantha and Alston wedding here. Alston. And I mean, there's really not a lot to say. I mean, this is him and his brother.
Cackling, having a good time.
Yeah.
The mullet was fantastic. And then this is Samantha's dress.
Gorgeous dress.
Had to hang it up in the. It basically have an upstairs area This wedding was great because it wasn't hot
I
outside.
gotta stop that.
It wasn't cold outside. It was
Getting
just great.
bored with this. I'm just kidding.
Terrible person. Here's a
sweet.
sweet moment. Look at that. Look at the energy right there. Just wow.
Mm-hmm.
You can even see her skin tones. Just look at her and look right here. Look at her skin. Look at how the skin just love it.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's the big welcome to our house photo. I really hope they get that in a canvas and put it on their wall.
Somebody ordered a canvas from our website from them. You remember that?
Oh yeah, that is
Or was
true.
that Harley?
That was
I'm
Harley.
sorry.
That's
I'm
coming
sorry.
up.
Just kidding.
This is our last wedding of the year. Harley and
Tyler, I'm sorry. I am tired.
Harley and Tyler.
Yeah.
You guys
McNicka.
killed this one.
McNicka.
Magnica. Probably my favorite photo right here of the whole day.
Mm-hmm.
Like the way
She's purty.
look at her teeth, guys. Like I don't see anything else but those beautiful pearly whites, and I'm just so impressed with how clean she keeps them. Like I'm impressed. What? Did you belch?
No.
You're killing me. And here's the her mom zipping the back of her dress up. Just hands down, beautiful girl. Such a beautiful girl, and a beautiful guy there too. Look at Tyler McNicka. I love saying that. They used to work at Chick-fil-A. Did they?
They
They have the Jesus chicken thing going.
I didn't know
Yeah.
that. She's so funny.
You can even see on her mouth how much detail is in that shot. A little string of spit.
Oh, why would you even point that out?
You can see it. I mean, it's right there. I can't help it. It's
Harley, you cannot see it unless you're on an 80-inch TV over here.
It's high quality photography. That's what we do, guys. And then you got the, hey, I saw you for the first time. I love you.
He's
Sweetheart.
laughing. He's like, I see your spit. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
We haven't even said where this was at, Brian. The 5 minutes away venue.
Oh, because nobody cares about her venue.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Nobody likes Amanda Smith. And nobody likes
It's Whistle Hollow. No. She's like, I'll remember that next time you want to have a party at my place.
Yeah, no. This is the best way to end a year. 5 minutes away from where you're, from where you live.
But this isn't the last wedding.
It's not the last wedding. Sorry, it was close to the last wedding. We'll get there in a second. In the holy matrimony, donuts.
Holy moly.
There you go. And then they're doing the whole donut action.
That's not donut, that's cake.
It's cake. That's all I have.
So you're just going to cut this whole section out of
Oh,
the video?
yeah.
Okay, that's good.
Okay, so we're back. We had a little technical difficulty with the computer. I labeled all of the photos like one through 60 or whatever, and then we got to 30 or 40. It kind of backfired and didn't do correctly, but we're back at it.
Yeah.
Now we're going to talk about the wedding of Allie.
Yeah, and what happened
And
was
Justin.
it jumped, no pun intended, from Dustin jump.
Yep.
And so we skipped over two very important weddings.
Yeah.
Which does not mean you guys are not important to us.
Not at all.
So we might go a little out of order introducing these weddings, but we do still have some very important brides that we want to recognize.
Absolutely.
So here again, we are at Meadow Creek.
Meadow Creek Farm.
Yeah. And this is Allie Woods and Justin Fields.
Justin
so
Fields.
Dustin and then Justin. Okay.
Yeah, there's so many tens.
So yeah,
Yep.
sweet little girl.
There's her with her little, I think it's her sister, her niece. Her sister's
it her
daughter.
niece?
Yeah, it's her
Okay.
sister's daughter, yeah. Well, she's something else. She's cool.
I didn't get to shoot this one. I was there for a few minutes,
You were
but
sick.
I was sick. But I actually had been in Mississippi earlier that day, and I made it just in time to say hello. But I couldn't talk because I had bronchitis,
Yes.
and so I couldn't yell my usual hey, and I'm like, I'm going home. So I just went on home, and Luke finished up the day with with Pearson, and then with Blake and Shannon.
Mm-hmm.
So
And everything turned out wonderful. It was a good wedding. And here's
First look.
Here's the first look. He broke, just like a Saturday Night Live character. But that happens. And this is the jump wedding here.
Back to the jumps.
Back to the jump wedding. And they're the bridal photos. And that.
We've had some technical difficulties with the camera equipment and ourselves.
Yeah.
So we're getting there.
It's kind of late.
It's getting late. We're getting tired. He's got to get up early. So we're going to kind of breeze through these last few weddings, which does not mean they're less important. But
we want to give every wedding its time of day,
yes,
and make sure everybody feels loved and wanted and needed, because that's our noble method.
Some of these got out of order. But,
we apologize for that.
Yeah, but this is Chelsea and Gavin.
Chelsea and Gavin, and they're at Southern Charm Wedding Venue in Athens, Alabama.
Yes.
Got the sun popping behind her, looking so beautiful. Got the dress looking great from Kathleen's Bridal. Absolutely.
And she looks amazing.
Looks amazing. The cake fight.
Oh, yeah. We love a good cake fight, let me tell you.
We do love a good cake fight. Me and Brienne did not cake fight because Brienne said, if you do that, I'm going to kill you. And I didn't want to die on my wedding day. I really didn't want to.
I'm usually egging it on at weddings.
My wedding cake was the best, though.
Oh, it was awful.
That's for another time, Moss. Yeah, look at the cake. On the face. On the face!
Have your cake and eat it, too.
Ain't that the truth? And then our second to last wedding of the year. This is the wedding of Krista. Now, Horton, not Thornton anymore.
From
you
Thornton
left us.
To Horton.
You left us, Krista. Why would you leave us?
And she married Josh.
I'm a Thornton, so she married Josh Horton. And this is before the wedding. This is the last wedding of the year that Pearson shot with us. And they're not seeing each other until she walks down the aisle. Cool, huh?
Yep.
Very neat, very neat.
At Nakalula
Falls. And this was like really dark outside, but since we shoot with full frame cameras, you can get good shots. It's pretty cool. Pretty pleased with that.
I like all the lights.
The lights are pretty. And that's that. That's it. That's all she wrote for 2019.
We missed anybody?
We do apologize.
Let us know. We will cover you.
Yes, we will. You let us know. But in all, I didn't really count every wedding that we shot. But Brienne, honestly, could you want to run through real fast and see exactly how many weddings we shot? Because I'm saying 40. My mind says 40, but then I could be wrong.
Yeah, we can
figure
it out real quick as long as you've got them all written in the calendar, which you probably don't.
I do. I see you trying. I'm really falling apart over here.
Five, 6, 7. I'm 37, but I could be off by a couple.
So I was always wrong at 40. It was 37.
Maybe, I'm not sure.
My bad.
No, it might be that because I remember I forgot to count one of them. I know.
That's 38.
So Joanna and Levi was the first wedding. Matt and Bailey was the second. Samantha and Chris were the third. Jesse and Trevor were the fourth. You did a video.
That'd be 5. That counts as a wedding.
Yeah, right? That's right. Cassie and Bo were the 6th. Jeremy and Amber were the 7th. We have Madison Hastings. Oh, that was an engagement. So we have Jacqueline and Sean as the 8th wedding that we did that year. And then we did Grace and Dakota, and they were the 9th wedding. And then we did Marissa and Nico as the 10th, and then Oleski and Caitlin as the 11th. And then Geraldine as the 12th. Holly Purcell was our lucky number 13. Victoria and Justin 14. McKenna 15. Ethan and Ella 16. Cheyenne and Calvin 17. Claire and Jimmy number 18. Adam Harmon and Adam and Anna were 19. Catherine and Aaron were number 20. And then you had Reagan and Andrew as 21. Oh, and there was Amy. That was the one I knew I missed. 22. Amy and Connor. 23. Caitlin and Dustin. 24. We had Chelsea and Gavin. Allie and Justin were number 25. Katie and Thomas, 26. Christian and Jaleesa was 27. And then Christian and Brittany were 28. Lindsay and JoJo, 29. Zane and Kayla were 30. Taylor and Kyle, 31. Abigail and Christian, will give them 32. And then we had Madison and Terry is 33. And then the Diane and Cody Luker is 34. Jenna and Will were 35. Did we show their photos?
We did not.
Oh, bummer. We will show them next time.
Definitely show those.
And then we had Samantha and Austin is 36. Krista and Josh were 37. And then Harley and Tyler were 38.
38 weddings.
Mm-hmm.
I was off by 2. I said 40, but we're at 38.
Mm-hmm.
So I was wrong. It happens to the best of us. Me being the best.
We actually had 3 more weddings on the books that ended up getting canceled.
Oh, wow. So it was 38.
Mm-hmm.
41, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Woo.
So I did count a few of those that got canceled. So we did. I didn't count the ones that get canceled, I should say. So yeah, 38 weddings.
So
wow.
so that's all we wrote. So looking back on all these weddings, Brienne, what is the one thing that just comes to your mind on everything?
One of the things that I will say that you can't do enough of is give yourself time.
Yeah.
And I don't mean that. I mean, give yourself time to enjoy your day. Mm-hmm. There are some brides that got so worked up because they were running out of time
mm-hmm.
that I don't feel like they really got to enjoy their day.
That's true.
And then you had, we had some brides that were, just kicked back, relaxed. Some of them were like ready to go, cut it short.
Yeah, let's get out of here.
Yeah, and so that's the one thing I would say is give yourself plenty of time to enjoy your day. You can't give yourself enough time. Don't sweat the small stuff. If something goes wrong that day, as long as you got your bridegroom, and somebody to marry you, mm-hmm. nobody knows that, your cake was supposed to be, chocolate instead of vanilla on the inside. Nobody knows that you were supposed to have, eucalyptus in your bouquet instead of baby's breath. Nobody knows that.
Yeah.
Don't get worked up over the little things. Enjoy it. Yeah. And don't feel like you've got to do it all by yourself. Let other people make decisions for you. Somebody you trust, mom, sister, best friend, at that point, if it's not been figured out, somebody needs to be making some executive decisions for you. Other than that, I feel like we had really good brides, really good grooms. I don't think anybody treated us poorly. I have no complaints, really none. Well, some of the first things that I did get to see this year, and it happened to us on the same day, is we had some faux first looks where our unsuspecting grooms got, I guess, kind of rickrolled by their groomsmen instead of their bride to be.
Yeah, that was had a couple of those ourselves. It was fun.
Yeah, I enjoyed those a lot. It was the first time I'd ever seen something like that.
I'll just say, as far as coming from my standpoint about all this, it's very simple. I feel like I'm so blessed to get to do this. Mm-hmm. I know that for every bride, there's a handful of photographers, really good photographers, people that know what they're doing. They're going at the same wedding, and they want it. They want the money. They want the work. But when we get picked, when a bride says, "You know what? They're special. I want them." I don't know of anything in my life right now that really makes me feel like that. It's a good feeling. And we're very, at times, aggressive on our marketing and our advertising.
He says we, but it's him.
Because I feel like that, I just want the work. I want to be able to do it. I feel like it's something that we're good at and that we want to do more of. And we've come a long way. Mm-hmm. And we've still got so much to learn. We call ourselves professionals, and we are professionals. But there's always room to grow. And one thing, as a bride, if you're watching and you're thinking about, getting married, and you're thinking in your mind all of these wonderful things, you will. One of the biggest things that you need to consider is your expectation versus reality. Always know that they're never going to match, in a good way and also a negative way. Your expectation is going to always be different. And your reality is going to be different as well. It may be great, but it may be terrible. Just know that things happen, and that's okay, because life happens. But we are in it with you until the end of the line, in the long haul. That's what we do. We've spent the better part of an hour tonight going over our last year. Mm-hmm. That's in the past. Money's in the bank. It's spent. We don't have to do this, but we want to do this because it's very important for future brides to kind of see what we're talking about and to try to, understand what goes through a photographer's mind, what goes through a photographer's head when he or she is about to start shooting your wedding. And throughout the year in 2020, we have lots of things that we're going to talk about. We're going to have lots of guests that are going to come in here to this podcast room, and we're just going to sit down and talk. It's going to be a different format. Mm-hmm. This is our, hey, what's going on format, me and you. Yeah, year in review format. We'll go back to the microphone, on the table and all that stuff here soon. But we have a major wedding show announcement, and that's going to be the Fayman 50th anniversary with the Times Daily wedding show coming up a little under a month from now.
At the Marriott Shoals?
Marriott Shoals, February the 1st. Come see us. There's going to be so many wonderful vendors.
I'm going to write it on the calendar.
Yeah, it was actually, I think it's on there already, to be honest.
Look at it, yeah.
I put it on there. Woohoo! We have no weddings in February, and we have one sort of wedding this Saturday, and then another video this month. But we're going to really be working on our set for the Fayman Show 50th anniversary. I'm excited. I'm so excited. Mm-hmm. I cannot wait to go to that show and to meet all of the vendors. and to connect, because it's going to be fun. So come see us. But that's it. That's all the podcast for
That's all
today.
she wrote. We're going to have to edit this thing down with
Yeah, we'll
all
edit-
the technical difficulties.
We're going to edit the technical difficulties. We've got about an hour and 18 minutes. That's too long.
Yeah, it is.
So we'll have this podcast ready Saturday morning. Work on it tomorrow and everything, get it out. But that's that. Anything else?
Yeah, just if there's anything you'd like us to talk about when it comes to weddings, any type of vendor. We're thinking venue owners, bakers, caterers, whatever.
Photographers. It doesn't matter. Videographers. Anybody.
Yeah, we're going to have some special guests. If you guys have some questions, let us know. We'll be more than happy to cover it. I know we're going to have some married couple versus getting married couple chats coming up. So, and then I'm starting back to grad school. So
things are going to get crazy.
Be thinking of me.
Woo! And with that being said, have a good day.